Hello everyone, this is Diamond and Sagina. Today I want to talk about dumpling making and Chinese tea ceremony. Okay, the first one I want to introduce dumpling making.
For the next one is ingredients for dumplings. The first one, mutton and chicken for 500 grams, water 200 grams, celery juice for 20 grams, and appropriate salt, MSG, and pepper.
This is the first thing. We need to mince the ginger and the garlic. Try your best to make it smaller, and it will be more suit and match for your meat.
And this one is garlic. So you have to try your best for chop it until become the smallest part, because it will be matched with your meat when you chop it into the smallest part. If you already chop the garlic and the ginger, so you can put it into the bowl.
Okay, the next is about vegetable. You can mince some vegetables, and now this time I choose celery. But you can also use other vegetables. For example, you can use green onion. But I don't like green onion, so I use this one. The function of the vegetable is make it more fresh. Don't make you to feel it's so oil. So you don't need to add too much vegetables. The vegetables function is like ingredient. After you mix all the vegetables and the garlic, ginger, you can put all of this in a bowl. Now it's turn to the meat. We need to mix meat as vegetables and this ingredient. As usual, we use pork, but my classmates can't eat this thing, so we replace the pork with mutton and chicken.
Yes, in this time we try to slice it into the smaller part because it will make us easier. And after that, my classmate tried to chop it until the smallest part. Okay, this time it's for making the dumpling because we already make the filling of the dumpling. So we just choose the instant one, the instant of dumpling skin, because it's very complicated when we make from the dough, from the flour, I mean. So we just buy the instant one in the supermarket. In this time, I already prepare one dumpling skin and fill it with the meat that we already made. And I put the water in the round side of this dumpling skin. All of the round side, I add the water and I fold it, become like half circle, like this, and add water again in the round of this dumpling skin and try to fold it from the right side until the left side, and like this.
And now is another way to make dumplings. First, just dip some water on the dumpling skins. Put the water on the edge of the dumpling skins and fold it as a half circle, like now. And then dip some water on the both sides of the dumpling and wrap it like this. It is the second way to make dumplings. This one is called cap dumpling because its shape is like a cap. Oh, by the way, the first method to make the dumpling is a box dumpling. Okay guys, at this time I want to tell you a story about the dumplings. Few dumplings will probably later development in Europe, but Chinese could have enjoyed a version known as 饺子 for more than 1,800 years. According to legend, Chinese stuffed dumpling were invented during the Han Dynasty by a man named Zhang Zongjian. The events occurred when Zhang returned to his ancestral village during the winter. After a long absence, he noticed that many of his fellow citizens were suffering from forest bite, particularly around their ears.
As a way to solve this problem, Zhang cooked up a batch of mutton, chili, and healing herbs and wrapped them in a scraps of dough, so we call it dumpling skin. He folded the dumplings to look like little ears, boiled them, and handed them out to his afflicted neighbors. Who knows if they cured frostbite, but the villagers loved the taste of Zhang's creation so much that they kept making these dumplings long after spring began.
There have always been variations of original dumplings are made into 3 different varieties depending on how you cook them. You can take a link to any of these 3. Boiled dumpling, then steamed dumpling, the last pan-fried dumplings. Some of the dumplings wrap is made of egg instead of dough. Such dumplings are called egg dumplings.
So in this demonstration, we choose steamed dumplings because it is like the easiest way for us for making dumplings. Because we have a rice cooker, but the rice cooker it have many function, such as like for steaming. We just use the rice cooker for steam these dumplings.
Okay guys, the next one is ingredient for dipping sauce. As you know, when we eat Chinese cuisine, Chinese flavors, we like to use dipping sauce. This too. In the dipping sauce, we use chili, soy sauce, oyster sauce, boiled oil.
So the first step, I try to slice the chili, red chili. Yeah, in this case, I just used 2 chilies for making dipping sauce. And for next one, I use 2 garlic and try to chop it until the smallest part. After you're ready, already finished, so you just put the chili into the bowl and also the garlic. this case I also put the chili powder because yeah, we will make it like spicy dipping sauce, but it's optional guys. And also we put soy sauce. I think it's like 2 tablespoons, 2 times tablespoon. And the next one we also add some coriander powder. Yeah, my Chinese friends tell me like this is kind of Chinese herbs, so we put it. And for this one is oyster sauce, so I think we just use 3 tablespoons. After all of the ingredients, we already put it into the bowl, so we can mix it with the hot cooking oil, maybe just 2 tablespoons. So the next one is Chinese tea ceremony. Some Chinese people use this ceremony when people or guests come to their house, and also when they have like business talking, so they prefer for doing Chinese tea ceremony. And in this case we will prefer for doing black tea ceremony, black tea Chinese ceremony, because it is like the only one tea that's suitable with the tea set that we already find it.
Next, this is green tea, and this is black tea. This is the last one, dark green tea. Okay, this is a tea set. Tea sipping cup is a cup for guests to drink tea. Tea canister is a container for storing tea. Instant electrical kettle heat water. And the teacup is a cup for host to drink tea. Tea plate is highlighting the covered teacup. Then, covered teacup is a main utensil of making tea. Tea cloth is clean tea utensil. The last one is fair mug. It serves the brewed tea. Okay, now it's come to the first step, warming and cleaning the tea set. The first, we need to pour the boiled water into the covered tea. And then pour out the boiled water to the sipping cup. Just like in the video. This step, you need to warm your teacup and clean it. Okay, after you pour out the water, the boiled water in the tea set, and then through the water. Because now we don't have the tea table, we can't pour out the boiled water into the tea table, so we just use a box to take place the tea table. After it, put tea into utensil. Put the right amount of tea in the covered bowl. Next, pour into the water again. Now we start to mix the tea. We call this step of 醒茶. It means wake up the tea. The process of awaking the sleeping or dusty tea leaves through contact with air and water and reproducing the essence of tea for drinking, and stripping away the tea foam. Now we can pour the first brew tea into fair mug. And use first brew tea clean tea sipping cup, just as the video. This tea we can't drink because this tea have some dusty and some other dirty things. We can just throw it. Pour out the tea into every sipping cup. This step is for clean the tea utensil again. After finish all of this, just show out all of the water, all of the tea. As I said before, we need to throw this water on the tea desk, but we don't have tea desk, so we just use this pan to take place. Now we can pour into another boiled water to make the tea. And then pour out the tea into the sipping cup. Remember to make every cup the tea is the same. The more you pour out the tea, means you are more respect to the guest. So you need to make every cup of the tea is the same. Means you are satisfied and you are respect to all of your guests. Okay, and all of the days is all the step of making a tea, and then we can enjoy the tea. Now, because there are some tea utensil we don't have, so I want to find a video from the TikTok, and you guys can see the whole step of making a tea. Oh, by the way, some of the people in the Chinese, they think we can't throw the first brew tea because it is a waste. But most of the people think we need to throw away the first brew tea. It depends on the different person. there was a difference of make a black tea and a green tea. When we make the black tea, the water need to be boiled. We need to use boiled water. But when we make the green tea, we can't use as high temperature as black tea because it will hurt the green tea. And when we drink the black tea, we need to use another utensil. The sipping cup is different. This difference between green tea and black tea.
And that's all our demonstration about tea ceremony for Chinese people and how to make dumpling. And this one we already said how Chinese people drink tea and eat dumpling. Okay, in this situation I try to pretend for being Chinese people who are doing tea ceremony and eat dumpling. It's so difficult, I think, because I see my friends, it's so easy for taking the dumpling and put it into the bowl, but it's not easy for me. And also they look like very expert for doing this Chinese tea ceremony and eat dumpling.
Okay. Do this as a circle, half circle. Yeah, and this is dumpling. Do you like to try? Who wants to try?
Yeah. Is that good, the taste? How about you guys? Good? Hey. Okay, thank you.
In this step, we need to take some. Okay, now I want to do a brief evaluation. The first, the ingredients that we use is the same with the Chinese people used. I think not, because we replace pork with mutton and chicken, so the meat is not same. And then the taste of dumpling and the dipping sauce was same with Chinese dumpling. Yeah, the dipping sauce is almost the same, because in China, different people will make different dipping sauce. It depends on different person. There was not an exact answer about this. So I think you can make the dipping sauce what you like. Then it's come to the dipping skin texture. Dipping skin texture is the same, because in China, people think it is too complex to make the dough, so they like to use a constant dipping skin. This one is same as in the China. Next one is all of the tea set we use is authentic, but there are some tea utensil we don't have. For example, the tea desk. So we can show this part when we need to use with a tea desk. For example, we need to throw the water into the tea desk, but we don't have, so we just take place the tea desk with a pan, with a box, and then we following the same step by within Chinese people when doing tea ceremony. The step is same, but there are some steps we don't have. When we need to the tea desk, we don't have this utensil, so we don't have this step. The last one is the taste of the tea. The taste of the tea is the same with Chinese tea. This is same.
And it's my time for evaluate this project. As Indonesian people who didn't really know about Chinese people, so I will do the evaluation from the outsider side. So I think for doing this project, I can gain like specific other culture, especially for Chinese culture that I didn't really know before. But because of this project, I already know a little bit about the Chinese culture. And the second one, it's totally increased my intercultural knowledge. Because now I know about Chinese culture, especially for the tea ceremony and for making dumpling. And the next one, I understand how important for knowing other culture as a form of respecting and participating in cultural preservation, because to respect for other culture is very important for us from outsider opinion, because I think many people feel like ethnocentrism, they just seeing their culture as a superior, but actually it's not. I think culture it's not about superior or not superior, but culture it's about uniqueness. And also the last one, it's like increasing my awareness of all of the culture, especially for Chinese culture that actually Chinese ancestors have done at the past time. Okay, this is the closing of our presentation, and this is Sakina Ondoimang. We want to say thank you for your attention, guys.
And this is all of what I want to share with you guys. And I wish you can learn some other cultures from my video. Thank you.
Thank you.